No, nothing. That's not how it works, silly.
What up, everybody?
I gotta share this. Now you guys can hear us. We're slowly getting there.
Hopefully you can hear us.
Alright, so we got, let's probably just open this on. What's up?
There we go. We got some people jumping in here. Hey, look at that. First one out the gates. We got our 10, 30. All right, we're picking up. We're picking up.
CJ was stressing.
Well, guys, as you're jumping in here, yeah, I was stressing. I was stressing in a big way. There they go. All right, guys, appreciate you. CJ, what's up? Welcome back, brother.
I gotta share this to my regular.
You can hear me. Good. So here we are, guys, in Baltimore, at my family's house, my sister and my nieces and nephew and brother-in-law. Good to see you all too. What's up? So I'm just gonna go ahead and explain a little bit about what happened, or I'll let everyone kind of get in here first. Any questions real fast? What's been happening with everybody? It's the new phone. Oh, it's his new phone, actually. I'm still rocking my trusty Note 9.
Who got it for me? Snack Squad. Put some hearts in the chat.
Yeah, right.
Snack Squad, best community on earth.
So yeah, we're going to talk about that in just a minute here. Yeah, just if everyone, as you get in here, share the page. Facebook, man. Facebook. I got railed. Yeah, the shirt's dope, right? Proper. CJTV on that. Representing. It's good looking swag.
Streams, we got like stream over here, stream over here, stream over here.
It's working. Yeah. His needs a mic.
That's the one you can hear from. That's the noise.
No, yours needs a mic. They're watching on two screens. Right? You're watching on two screens?
No, like the noise, the sound is probably coming out of both. You're probably getting too.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Is this good?
It's very
talking
low.
Into the smooth sound. You need your thing.
Yeah.
Can you turn it up in this? Technologies. Hey, so yeah, no, we heard yeah, we heard about the shots fired in Portland, man. It's terrible. I tried reaching out to Baloo. I guess he wasn't doing so good. So just to touch base here real quick, you can hear it from my side, but not his. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on.
It should be working now.
It's probably
it's the computer then, dude.
Andrew has no sound. Just unplug that and just go through the.
How about now?
Man. And I thought I had technology problems. Hey, would buy a shirt if you plan on. I am planning on selling. I'm gonna start merching up. But yeah, you see that? They're pretty dope though, right? Like the CJTV, filthy, right? My guy Hunter out in DC put these together. Like, this is one side, and then the back side actually. Does the back side have anything on it? I can't tell. Bad. Oh, it does.
All right, we're just gonna have to. Hold on.
I didn't even remember that there's something on the back. Here we go. There's that one right there.
I don't know. Maybe it's the mic, dude.
So, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Just put in some headphones, dude.
Let's see if this works. If I talk like this, yeah, that works.
Take the muff off.
I'll take the thing off. Yeah, I could.
Take that beaver off.
I just. Oh, I could even hear that through the bit thing.
So let me explain something to you guys real fast. I don't know what happened exactly with my media page, but just to be clear, it wasn't by any great insult to the world. There was nothing that really happened that blew the minds of people. But I think what happened was we were hosting some parties, and I don't know exactly. Honestly, the media world is crazy. The Facebook world is even crazier. So we had to rebrand the page, had to rebuild it. Luckily, I've got a great squad of people. My mod team is amazing. You guys are so great. Andrew right here, Mercado Media, who's been instrumental in helping me make things happen. So the problem is right now, we are coming back to Kenosha. Yes. I'm not in Kenosha yet. We had to stop to do this in Baltimore. So
we've been doing this for a few hours now, since
the unfortunate news came through. So what I would ask everybody here to do, and it would mean the world to me, is just share the stream as much as possible. Share the page as much as possible. Get it out there. And what's up, Brandon? And let everybody know what's going on. So the page got zucked, apparently. They pulled it down, they froze it. It's not gone yet, but there was 107,000 followers on that page. And let me hold the mic for you.
There you go. CJ, hold the mic.
Yeah. So it just makes more sense this way. But it was a kick in the nuts, to tell you the truth, because we had a lot of steam going there. I mean, we had 85,000 people live on one feed. That was incredible, man. But share with people in Kenosha, yes. Let them all know. Man, thank you guys so much. Are you guys on MySpace? No, Sonny, we're not on MySpace. But I'll be back in Kenosha. Andrew's coming with me. We're going to be touching base and, hopefully getting a chance to really rekindle some friendships that we started building there, which, are going to be lifelong. So it's someone said they're blaming, He says he is live feed, but when I click on the page, name right above us, Apex RX page is down too.
They can't hear. They still can't hear.
They can't hear on yours? Can you hear Andrew now?
Yes. I'm gonna go get another mic. That's the thing unscrewed and there's things missing out.
Can Andrew's feed hear me now? Hello? No, so I'm going to have to explain it a couple times because I want everybody to hear what's going on. So with the... what's up, Bella? So my page, for whatever reason, they felt that there was some kind of, what they said, a spamming situation, which I know I didn't do and no one on my team did intentionally. So it's one of those Facebook things that came up, it just got basically yanked. It didn't get shut down. It just got froze. So it's not visible to anybody. I still see it. I break everything, Kylie. You already know. You know how I do. So I'm in Facebook jail right now, apparently, something along those lines, which sucks because we have a lot of things moving. 83.6. Thank you very much. 83.6 thousand people were live with us the other day. We know Andrew's figuring out his mic right now. I keep telling him to just put some headphones on, which would work probably just fine.
No, the headphones don't work. Oh, they might actually.
Yeah, just put headset on.
Here, how's that? Can they hear now? Here.
God, it's so annoying, dude.
No.
Like,
it's alright.
Well, I'm just trying to. Well, for me, I'm saying just trying to get this thing figured out.
Oh, so this is you're on your own.
I know. I'm just saying it's very distracting.
Oh, I know.
I think I can plug in the mic. You have it. Plug in the headphones. See if that works. Do this.
Yeah. Right.
1 second. We're gonna figure Andrew out real quick. Can Andrew's people hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? No, wait. Ooh, can you hear me now? We'll be back. We'll figure it out. Yes. Hey, thank you, Macy. Keep sharing the page link. That'd be great. There we go. So he's on business now. Can you guys over here hear his over here?
Man, the internet's dropping so bad. Oh, it's because I don't have. There we go. It's because that was on. They said it's good.
I don't know.
Dude, it's this computer, man.
Let's go to your phone, dude.
Let's go live from my phone. Yeah, but I can't get any. So the point of the intent was to go live on here so I can start getting credit for. Yeah.
You can hear it just fine.
Yeah.
We're here.
We're good.
Yeah. So we're in Baltimore right now.
This is the best it's going to get.
So we're in Baltimore right now, and we are going to be here for the night and then heading out to Kenosha tomorrow. And then after we do that, we're going to be kind of touching base and taking care of some things. We had some issues with the flag. We want to make sure that makes it to the right hands. We definitely made sure to give it to the VFW, which was appropriate. But we believe that the building that it came off of would like to have that back. We thought that it was going to handle itself, but apparently we're going to have to get involved.
Yeah, they need assistance with the flag. Yeah, like CJ said, it was. We thought it was in good hands.
Which it was.
Whisper,
it was.
It was in great hands, but they're having arguments about who it should go to in the town.
Which is understandable. I mean, it became the flag for all those that saw that really became an icon moment, because I think it represented more of Kenosha than just the building that it came from. And I think it kind of represented a piece of all of us, a little bit of the heart of all of the American in us. And that being said, it's tough because the flag, Andrew, explain the flag rules.
The flag rules, so you can't just fly it again because it's tattered.
So what's that called? The flag?
Yeah. Hold the mic between you two. Dude, you stay on your lap. You're at what, 340? I gotta fix mine now, so I gotta fix my life.
So
we got CJ's going though.
There's a situation. So with flags, once a flag has been damaged or tattered or whatever, typically you're supposed to destroy it, unless it's going to be put into a museum or used for a historic monument or historic icon. Which I think that this last week in Kenosha has been very history making. So you can feel the frustration from this poor guy. So we're hoping that the flag, when we get back there, we have a state representative that we're planning on giving it to, and then we're going to allow him to make sure that it gets to the proper, final location. So, what's that?
You work done today.
Oh yeah.
Are you live?
Yeah.
Talk to your people.
That's my amazing sister over my shoulder right there, who has jumped in and become an integral part of my admin and mod team. The executive background that makes all of this happen. Like, you guys don't understand. Like, I mean, for the 400 of you that are in here right now, that's amazing. There she is.
Hello, people.
The myth and the legend.
There it is.
But it was really like, it took the wind out of me when I got the notification that the page was taken down. And here we are, we're rebuilding. My biggest fear, honestly, when I found out, was that Kenosha, I had no connection with Kenosha. There was no way I could reach out to everyone there and let them know what was going on and let them know that I was coming back. Not that they need me to survive, but I kind of feel like I need them, to survive at this point. So it really jarred me hard that there was this big vacancy and void. So if you're in Kenosha and you have family or friends in Kenosha, a network in Kenosha, please share this media page so that we can go ahead and make sure that they and you are well aware of what's going on. And the connection that I have is like, it's one that I plan on nurturing and building. So it means a lot to me that everyone has stayed so diligent and faithful in this this journey of mine, and this I don't even know how to best describe this last week to everybody. It's been traumatic and rich, full of horrific events along with beautiful moments. And totally unexpected. Like I said, Andrew and I were planning a trip from Minneapolis to DC. We were going to stop in major cities along the way, and we made it as far as Chicago. And we got the call in Chicago that Kenosha had some unrest, that there was the shooting, and something prompted us to go, said we needed to be there. We both kind of agreed it was divine. There was definitely a purpose for us to be there that was far stretching beyond just the needs of a live stream, and I feel like a real blessing that we were able to be there at the time that we were and help connect the citizens of Kenosha with the events that were happening in the streets of Kenosha at that time, because it is scary. I mean, you turn on the news the next day and you get a chance to watch what happened, but while it's happening, it's terrifying. When it's happening right outside your door, I mean, when you're hearing cars exploding and watching buildings burn, for me, from where I was standing, watching it happen, and knowing where it was happening was still terrifying. So for people in their homes that were unaware as to where the fires were and how close they were to their homes, then they got dangerously close to homes. So there was homes that were lost, and not having the opportunity to connect with like the play-by-play as it was happening. I just, it would, that disconnection would terrify me. So I do feel really blessed that I was able to be there for those events, and I'm kind of built for this, I think. I'm a pretty stalwart fella, and my mom always says we were built from the ground up. So got these big feet to keep me planted, and strong hands, I guess, to do what I have to do, but and a thick skull, which is, I don't know if it plays into it, but it's helpful. But so anyway, what I was excited about at the end of it here in the last couple of days, Kenosha's had some peace. There's been a lot of community outpouring for support. Unfortunately, we were getting things geared up for some GoFundMes on the other page that were going to help the victims of the fires. And so I'm still 100% planning on that going into full effect. The reach right now is not nearly what it was, sadly, because 107,000 followers, is it's a pretty substantial number. And with that comes a lot of opportunity to use your poll. But it'll come back, and so will Kenosha. I mean, that Kenosha Strong is a real deal thing. And so moving forward, as people have those, still send them into this page. I mean, you can still send in messages just like you have before. It's going to be restructured a little bit, but all the opportunity to connect and make that happen are still here. So if you have any notifications about fundraisers or anything that's happening to help get funds back into Kenosha, please let me know. Okay, I'd really appreciate it because it's near and dear to my heart. So as I'm sure it is to all of you. So I'm gonna go ahead and Kenosha. I'm not sure exactly how long we'll be staying in Kenosha. Lisa, thank you very much. What's up, Paula? But I plan on staying at least Monday, possibly through Tuesday, and we will go from there. So yeah, I know. Hey, Michael, all of you, thank you so much for helping to push this out. The fact that there's already 450 people in here right now, I thought it was going to take me another, 4 months to get back to where I was yesterday, or earlier this evening, actually. But I've been busting my hump and working really hard to get some understanding of who I am out there. And I've had to go through a lot of changes, and I've had to go through a lot of personal growth and a lot of humbling experiences to really fully understand who I am and what my purpose here in this is. And I'm still trying to figure it out. I hear that, through great humility comes great growth, and so I'm working on that. What's up, Australia? How you doing? Yeah. Share the stream, guys. If you could, get it out there. Kenosha Strong. Yeah, you're right. Kendra, thank you. Oh, man, I heard about Portland tonight. And, man, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's just terrible. But yeah, so I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, we backed up the vids. What's up, Dorothy? Yeah, the president will be there on Tuesday, apparently. So, yeah, David, I'm thinking that next time I go live into Kenosha, we'll be able to get these numbers right back up. And I appreciate everyone that was watching from the very beginning. Yeah. Yeah, so anyone that's just jumping in, I'm sure the explanations will come through. But hey, the numbers are already climbing up, and thank you guys for being here with me. Well, Jim, that's some pretty harsh wording there for you, but we're all entitled to our opinions. But I will say that, yeah, we're looking to get back to Kenosha, get the flag figured out. What are you doing?
Grabbing my laptop.
Oh, there we go. Here we go. Sorry, we got some
we're crossing the lines.
Restructuring here.
Yeah, restructure. Crossing the streams.
Bear with me for a moment.
There we go.
And
you use this computer now to look at your page. So here, let's log out of mine quick.
You do whatever you gotta do. I'm gonna keep doing my thing here. So, what was that about Eric? What are your thoughts on Eric Greatwood stepping away from streaming? You know, honestly, we just found out about it. Well, I just found out about it. I think maybe.
Yeah, I just found out about it too.
Yeah, I say do it, man. Eric, if you need some time, brother, take all the time you need. I mean, things are. Yeah, these T-shirts they'll be going on blast here before too long. They're just these are prototypes. So, okay. But back to what I was saying. Eric Greatwood, yeah, he's a staple in this stream game. You know, he's been out there doing it from the jump. I mean, one of the icons, one of the guys that I saw first when I first saw anything about Portland, I was like, man, that guy with his camera on the pole, it's genius. And but he's been through a lot, guys. Eric's been through a whole lot, and for anybody that's experienced any kind of like the day-to-day, troubles and trials that you can when you put yourself in the front lines like he has. It does take a toll. It takes a big toll. So if Eric needs to step away to gather himself and to compose his mind and his soul, I hope that everyone puts their prayers out for him. And I know I do, daily. I pray a lot. I have more now than I ever have, especially for the safety of the people that I see out here in these streets that are putting themselves out here to try to get this coverage. It can be pretty dangerous, as you've seen, and so Eric, man, if you're watching, bro, we love you, and we got nothing but support on the back end here for anything you need. I'm sure everyone here that knows who, Eric is. You can appreciate that he's just a guy of great integrity, and he's got a great way about him. So, and like I said, he was someone that I looked up to right when I came into the stream game. I was like, wow, this guy. And then when I met him, the thing about Eric, man, is he's such a quiet guy. And you don't hear him a lot on the stream, but when you meet him, he's just one of those people that you immediately fall in love with. He's just so friendly, and he has a very soft way about him, but not in a bad way. I mean, just a very tender way. We'll say a very tender way about him, and I think is beautiful. Especially because when I first started, I was pretty gregarious, and one of those. There's plenty of terms that were thrown around about old CJ when I first started, but I take cues from people that I admire, and I definitely try to learn and adapt as best I can. So all of your guys' feedback means a lot. It definitely helps kind of tailor how I do what I do, and so it's an ongoing process, So. But the biggest part about my growth has been just in acknowledging the fact that I don't know my ass from my elbow, basically, and appreciating that I don't have all the answers. And I think the gift that I was given was the opportunity to ask questions, and I could shut up enough to listen to an answer. And that took a while too, was actually just allowing myself the opportunity to shut up and listen. So yeah, it's crazy to get to a place where you realize that you're actually doing the thing that you set out to do. But when you get into the thick of it, back to what Eric is on, sometimes they can catch up with you as well. So anyway, I'm going to answer some more questions. When am I leaving? Where am I? So I'm in Baltimore right now. So we've got a handful of hours to drive to get back to Kenosha, but we will be there. The president coming to town on Tuesday. Well, I got to be there for that. You know what I mean? So, but Baltimore, yeah. For a donation, send donations, please. Hey, any of my mods are in right now. The donations are all still the same, and if you guys are able to help out, I'm at my sister's house right now. I got a chance. Luckily, I live close enough. Or they live close enough to DC that we were able to meet up. We had a whole live thing planned that we were going to do, and unfortunately, we got the information that the page was froze. So that's just where it's at now. So, and I'll tell you again. So I got zucked, I guess. Yeah. Oh, wait, where's CJ? Yeah, right. So apparently, at some point, in the last day or two, or at some point throughout my broadcasting, I violated one of the terms of the litany of things that are on the Facebook docket of things you can't do, which I had no idea was so expensive. But it was insane, the things I had to read through. So it's hard to tell what happened, but they just basically froze my account. So anyway, hey, what's up, Sissy? How you doing? Yeah. Sell CJ Teddy Bear. Sell CJ Teddy Bear. Yeah, hey, those are the, I'll put them up here, guys. And again, your donations and your support mean a lot. They're actually going to help me maintain this trip for the length that I have, and to continue it for any longer. But it's, what was so religious? Leaving DC. Thought you guys were going to address what you were talking about at your Facebook page. Ryan, so your question is, what was so religious? Leaving DC? Thought you guys were going to address what you were talking about. Is it about your Facebook page? Yeah, Ryan, your question must have come through a little late. Yeah, I just addressed that for you. Next, you see in Twitter. So the Twitter's still the same. CJTV, you got all the Twitter's going to be the same. Facebook is the only place that is froze. So the new one is right now. You can find it at. You can do it's CJTV, no space, just CJTV. Unfortunately, as I've learned, the analytics aren't in my favor right now, so you can't just generally search for it. So you have to go through capital CJH, so capital CJ, capital Halliburton, or the H in Halliburton, TV, capital TV. I think the capitals play a difference in it. I don't really know. So I hope it's not a big deal like that. But if it is, I'm going to keep pinning, I'm going to keep posting, and hopefully it'll be, we'll be able to get that dialed in. So I appreciate everyone that's watching right now. So this is more or less just wanted to make sure I explained what was going on. Is there a probation period, Jessica? I don't know. I've done as much research as I can possibly do and kind of keep coming up with nil on that whole thing. So you searched CJTV and it came to me, like right here. Wait, real fast. Let me go back up here. So Bobby, you're saying that you searched on CJTV and came to me? If that's the case, let me know, because that'd be awesome. Zuckerberg, I know. Man, I feel bad because there's guys like Sol Luna down in Portland that have been zucked a couple times. And it just is real harsh, You sure someone didn't turn you in because she is? Oh, Gail. I mean, that's the thing is, there's nothing you can do. It's like the adversary, the people that we're talking about, Gail, are just negative individuals, and they're spitting venom. And we all know, anyone that's here with me right now, that you guys all know what I'm all about. I'm on a positive plane. I'm all about pushing this platform for voices and development, and I'm all about making sure that you guys are involved with what's happening and you can see what's happening while it happens. So for all the crazy stuff that's in Seattle, that these two very, I guess, I don't even know what's on their head. Honestly, I couldn't even tell you. But I can tell you right now that I pray for them, and I hope that they are able to find some sort of peace that'll get them focusing better on the things that matter, like growing this platform, their platform, or any platform that raises voices. Oh man, Frank Nitty, I know he reached out to us. We were on the road already, however, and we got this news basically right before or right after Frank had reached out. I got a picture. You go on the page, you'll see. I ran into him on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, and he and I got to talk for a little bit and take a quick snapshot. But man, that guy has got some feet on him, I tell you what. And he marched all the way from Minneapolis. We drove from Minneapolis to DC, and that was a long way. So I bet he's exhausted, man. We all are. Just anyone that came out from Seattle, I'm sure, is tired. Portland, Northwest area. Thank you, Cheryl. But it's tough because Andrew and I started in Minneapolis, as you guys saw. We did the whole Lake Street tour. We went through all of that, and then drove through to Chicago. We went back and forth to Chicago, I think, like 5 times between Kenosha in Chicago, and then finally mad dash out to DC for like 12 hours till we got there for the March on Washington. Guys, the March on Washington, I'm going to go ahead and talk on that for a quick second. Would somebody, someone is trying to pin, let me, someone, please pin CJ's Twitter, please. If one of my mods, any of the mods in here right now, if you guys would please pin the Twitter account up here. Soul shut the airport down. From the airport to downtown and jumped right back into the spin. Yeah, and I'm telling you, hardcores, man. Soul is a stud stand-up guy. Adam Costello, we saw Trey out there, Boop Troop. Those are kind of the only guys that we were able to really spend some time with. Actually, there's some other cats from Portland as well. So we had a good little group. But man, I can tell you guys, DC was pretty amazing. So we ended up in a situation where I'd kind of cut through to get to. Well, hey, if you guys go to my page, I can't find it anymore. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to address a lot of the comments. I'll post them all up. So you guys come over, like the page, share the page, and I'll make sure to post on the page all the links to the Twitter account and everything. Or you can find it on my personal page too at cjhalliburton. So all the same spelling, same everything. So, but at cjhalliburton is where everything is. So this needs to be pinned. All right, let me see if I can hold it down and pin it. There we go, I pinned it. Hopefully that's something worth pinning. I can't read it, Tristan. But Tristine. Oh, Tristine. Tristine from Kenosha, right? Yeah, I want to make sure that's the right one, yeah? You brought us the water at the church. Real DC, though. So we got there. It was boiling hot, incredibly humid, and like DC hot. I was not in my right mind. I wasn't not ready for that. We had come from 12-hour drive off the wings of streaming all night the night before, and it was like black on black on black, and it was like 100 degrees. It was so incredibly hot, and then we got there, and the line. I'm not kidding. If you guys look on the page, I did a little snippet. Like a hyperlapse video, just walking down the line when we first got there. The line was probably at least a mile long, and it was just like 3 people, 4 people, 5 people wide, like fronts to butts, all the way around the entire park, back around. It looped around so many different ways. I just thank God that my sister is on top of her game and knows how to get on the grind. She got us put in for these media passes right away, and so we were able to cut over to the media tent and we're going to bypass the line a little bit. Don't tell everybody else, but we got to do a little bit of line skippage. But then it was wild because people just got fed up with the line, and they were like, we're just going in. Because they were doing temperature checks and handing out these bracelets. But everybody just got to that point where they were like, we don't care anymore. We're going in. And it was scary a few times because after when Al Sharpton was speaking, I made my way. Well, I'll backpedal a little bit. So I met up with kind of the rest of the crew, the media Avengers, and we ended up making our way from the fence line. I went down to get in front of the reflection pool. That's called the reflection pool, right? The base of the Washington Monument between the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
The reflection pool? No.
That's the reflection pool.
Hold on a second. I got to shut a curtain.
Oh, other side. Other one.
No, that's fine. We're living that normal life here, y'all. Big shout out CJTV Swag. What's up? Thanks, sis.
You're welcome. Put you on the back, too.
Oh, I did.
You should tell me good job.
She's looming over the shoulder here. But
Good night.
good night. Good
Love
night.
ya.
Thank you, and love you too. Family, gotta love it. So but I made my way down to the reflection pool, and I was up by the big screen that was kind of the jumbotron or whatever you call it. That was overlooking the reflection pool, and I took some pictures, and I noticed that like there was no one there was a gate that was left unattended, I suppose you could say. But so I just cut through and just kept on walking. But I made my way through all of the media, or through the kind of the preset chairs, through the band, and then right up the steps of the Lincoln Memorial to the stage, or to the to the podium. And I spent the entire time, like literally like 30 feet, from MLK the third, Al Sharpton, Martin Luther King Jr. the third, or MLK's his granddaughter. However, the granddaughter of MLK gave a speech actually that was beautiful, really incredibly touching and powerful too. Just has a very strong, young, passionate voice, which I was just so impressed with. There was a lot of speakers though, like a lot of speakers. I think it went over by like 3 hours, and by that point everyone was just baked. But the message wasn't lost. And then when you get up there and you look out, like when you're standing on the Lincoln Memorial, I don't know if you guys have ever been there, but when you look out, like you can see all the way to the Washington Monument, and if you keep looking, you can see all the way back to the Capitol building. So it's just like this massive expanse of grass and water and monument. But when you were looking at it, like it blew my mind, because I was looking down the steps and the steps were packed, the area in front was packed, and literally the entire way all the way back to the street. I think it's a street there between the Washington Monument grounds and the end of the reflection pool. Just nothing but people, like for as far as the eye could see. I've never seen a crowd that big in my life. It was just amazing. And when they started doing some chants, not some chants, but some chanting, and man, it was just powerful. It was incredibly powerful. Like the energy there was amazing. We couldn't stream though. So for anyone that was on the other feed, the streams, because of all of the network overload, like apparently basically live streaming, internet doesn't really work down there. I think there might be jammers, or it might just be that the major media soaks up all of that bandwidth through their stream technologies, whatever. I don't know. But it actually was kind of a blessing in disguise, because it gave me a chance to just to be present, and to really soak it all in, which is something that is hard to do when you're really running and trying to catch that angle, and get little interviews and do what I do, as best I can. But I got to do a bunch of little things. I got to talk to, like I said, Frank Nitti, Breonna Taylor's sister, her little sister. I got to meet some of the family of some of these names that you've heard in chant for these protests for so long now. A lot of hugs. Honestly, there was a lot of tears. Like there was a lot of emotion, a lot of really like deep emotion up on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. It was powerful. It's a really beautiful experience, and it really gave me I want to say a firm view of what it is that I'm a part of with this community that I'm working on building here. And the fact that it's so much bigger than any kind of petty squabble. It's so much bigger than, just the me and just the you. It's about all of us. And like that we the people thing kept coming through. It was like something that kept clicking in my head while I was listening to the speeches and getting a chance to just watch this happen. But it really is about us the people, right? Like growing as a people and working as a people, and finding ways to better become the great nation that we are meant to be, and it saddens me a great deal when we see that there's so many like minor agendas of negativity, things that are done to distract and detour growth and enlightenment. I think it's just that a lot of people are hurting. A lot of people are really, really broken. And I know I am. I know we all have suffered something in life that's taken us to a place where we need healing. And I don't know what all the answers are for that, like where to find it. Everyone finds it in their own way. And I think a lot of people don't know how to process that. And they find ways to get that out of them. And a lot of times it comes out in ill-gotten form. But again, that's why I've never been one to tell anybody how they should or shouldn't, protest or, speak their mind, because it's theirs to speak, and it's their fight, it's their struggle. So anyway, yeah, moving in that direction. But the trip was great. So DC, but we got a chance to talk to some amazing people. And then the march. So the march, I mean, it's wild because the march basically was going like, it felt like 3 or 4 blocks, but the crowd was like 100,000 deep. From the number that I'm going to project was 100,000. And so it was like that game Snake that you play on T9, where you have to like chase the little snake around and try not to run back into your own tail. It's exactly what it looked like, because the march started moving from over here, and by the time everybody got mobilized, like the front of the march already got to the back of the march, and it was like, boop, game over. And everybody just was like, I'm getting ice cream. That's what I'm doing. And so they shut down all the ice cream booths because they just like were lines for city blocks. But it was scary because people were collapsing in the street. Like there was people that were just walking and like start going down and right down into the grass. So they had a lot of medics that were out, the fire department. I ended up sitting on the back. I sat on the back of a fire truck just to take a breather because I was just dragging, like, no sleep for 2 or 3 days and just dead dehydrated. And I sat down and the truck just like starts pulling away. It's one of those things where I got up and just started walking, luckily. But I could have easily taken a nap on the back of that bad boy. But so I'm gonna jump into some comments here again. Sorry, I've been let me see. I'm gonna unpin that comment. Yeah, Kenosha, Dale. Yes, and yes. I am coming back to Kenosha. So tomorrow we're planning on leaving for Lakota. Absolutely, man. Lakota's my guy. David, thank you for saying that. Yeah, Lakota was instrumental and paramount, man. He was I'm in Baltimore. And again, yes, Dale, I'm coming back to Kenosha. Share to everyone, click like, follow. Yes, you guys got it, man. You guys got it. So there, what does it say? They got a new page, happy you got unpublished, and we'll be looking for you when you get back. They're posting about you. The page Kenosha Police is all over you. They got the new page, happy you got unpublished. Oh, well, there you go, Cheryl, right on. I don't know what that means. They're posting about you, yeah. Okay, well, I'll be seeing them soon then, I suppose. Yeah, I heard that woke Rachel. It's funny you say that because I saw the video after the fact of Andrew singing Backstreet Boys, and I fell asleep. Apparently, I fell asleep to it, so that's what it did. So, Cheza, what's up? Love you right on back. Yeah, thank you so much. Man. Well, I hope that you guys are kind of vibing with what I'm doing out here, and you get a better idea of the world, or you almost got snatched on the live in Kenosha tonight. Yeah. It's crazy that yeah, Ryan, thank you very much. It's crazy how everything is kind of working out, because I'm not really sure how this all works, I'm still trying to figure all of this out, like how to do this as best I can. Thank you, Juju, appreciate you. And as I'm doing it, it's like it's just one of these things where it's just back and forth, and you have trial and error, and a lot of times you guys have to ride with us on that because we have to go live. I'm live right now, Rod. What are you talking about? You're watching me live, Rod. What are you talking about? Tammy, thank you. And so I appreciate you guys giving me the feedback, and man, Newsworthy, thank you very much. And I'm working on it. We're working on it. It's a growing process, and it's just a matter of doing the best we can with what we've got to work with. So, a lot of people are mentioning the shooting in Portland was. Maybe I can pull that up right here while we're talking. I think I might be able to go ahead and take a look at that, because some people are saying that it was multiple people were shot. Not that I'm too excited to look at anybody being shot, but Amber, I'm looking forward to come back to Kenosha. Like it's a beautiful city. I would love to move to Kenosha. No jokes. I mean, I'm a Northwest kid through and through, but Kenosha's got a big piece of my heart at this point. So, and it's close to family out here, kind of. My dude Mercado is not far from there. So, I mean, you guys might see a lot more CJ in Kenosha. I don't know. We'll find out. So we got... Yep. So was it really like a Trump supporter / BLM clash? Was that what happened? Geez. Out of a caravan of about 600 vehicles was confronted by protesters in the city's downtown. Man. I mean, you guys already know that I'll be back in Portland. Of course, because it's back by home. And Kathy, that's adorable. What's your grandson's name? Tell him I'll give him a big shout out. Rachel, I'm looking at it right now, actually, at the Oregonian. Actually, no, I'm looking at the Guardian. My fault. And Portland Mayor's condominium building. So the commotion followed a sit-in in the lobby of the Portland Mayor's condominium building on Friday. Yeah. So. Oh, maybe. Okay. Well, maybe that was another situation. Yeah. That's the last thing we need is more shootings, you know? That's just... Yeah, Baloo. I wish I could reach out to him, but I'm on my phone with you guys right now. Otherwise, I would typically, I would reach out to him right now. And, so I'm looking for comments in here to see, I don't know. Anybody that knows Baloo, give him a reach out for me. Let him know that I'm thinking about him. I'm praying for him. I know someone said he wasn't doing so hot. And I definitely want to make sure that he's taking some time, much like we all need to after everything that's been happening, especially for the last, almost 100 days, and then all the traumatic events in between, to get to where we need to get to with some healing. Man, it's crazy. But also, Trump's coming to Kenosha. Talk to me about that a little bit. What's going on with that? Like, is he going to be coming out and having a luncheon? Like, is he? What's going to happen there? I mean, does he have a speech planned, or? Wait, did you say there was a woman waving a sword? What was that? In Civic Park? Well, like, was she practicing kung fu and like weapons tactics or something? Or is there people around her? That's crazy. Yeah. Man, I tell you what. Oh, you're talking about Baloo payments and whatnot? Yeah. I will check out Soulstream. I didn't know he was back in Portland already, because we were just talking to him yesterday in DC, and then he must have hopped that plane and skedaddled pretty quick. I'm not okay, but I think your artist, Christy, I like how you said that. You said, keep up the good work, CJ, which I appreciate. I think I'm awesome. I'm a Trump supporter, but I think your heart is great. Like, I'm not in, Christy, I'm not in politics at all. I'm all about policy. When it comes down to it, I'm not. I believe that people, we need to be adaptable, and we need to be a little bit more organic in our views on things. So if you're a Trump supporter, it doesn't make you a bad person. If you're all about Biden or Biddens, it doesn't make you a bad person. I believe wholeheartedly that we need to look at it from who has the best interest of the people in mind. So that's all I can say about that. But hey, someone I do need to give a shout out to, when you talk about second chances, is freight, whole freight broker. I don't mind saying it, man. Like he he spent a lot of time talking a lot of trash about me and everybody else. But I can say now that once you get a chance for someone to get a look at your character, I hope we all get a chance to look at each other's character at some point. It was really refreshing to have a normal conversation with him, and I respect what he does, and I think he's we've never had problem one, so I think that again, someone that I definitely would look forward to having more conversations with, and getting to better know as time goes forward. So shout out to Freight for actually, hey, it means a lot that you reached out, and everyone that it did that really looked past any kind of differences and saw to the human side of things. The shooting, it shook me up quite a bit, guys, and so coming on the backs of buildings burning and cars exploding, and it took a lot. I mean, I'm still processing, and but the outpouring of love and support that I've gotten from everybody has been all the difference. I mean, incredible. You guys have been, just the best, just the most amazing community here. And I can't even begin to thank you all enough. CJ, president. I'd be the biggest headed president on the face of the planet. I'll tell you that one. Hey, good night. I appreciate you came in here with us, Barbara. Thank you so much. Yeah. Oh, Lisa, of course. What's funny is those yeets that came in, I had no idea what that was from. They would pop in the page, and there would be a couple hundred people would show up, and I had no idea where they came from. Then finally, I got the note from Steve that's where they were coming from. So, but I appreciate him helping out too, man. That's great. Was that as a male nerd? Oh, I think. Hey, Rod, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah. So I'm working on it, doing the best I can. What was wild is I freaked out with the tourniquet on that guy's arm because I didn't know how to do it at first. I mean, it was pretty common sense, but and he asked me flat out. He was like, "Do you know how to use it, or do you know what you're doing?" And I don't remember what I said or if I even said anything. I think I just figured like, yeah, pull it tight, right? But Sissy, thank you. But when I put it on, like immediately I missed the loop, and he corrected me. He's like, "No, you're doing it wrong." And man, I heard a soundbite, and I was just asked for help. I was like, "Somebody help me," because I didn't know. It just terrified me, man. I had no idea what to do, and then I figured it out pretty quick, split second later. But man, I had to have Andrew give me a crash course because he has battle trained as a war vet. He spent time learning how to do triage and things of that nature. So he was able to show me how to, one more time, run through how to use a tourniquet, and we kind of walked through the med bag just so we knew. I don't know what the name of it is, the official name, but we went through that and got it figured out. So we try to carry as much medical supplies as we can on us, even if it's just stuff like eye wash for tear gas, which you guys know I freaking hate. But I've been sucking on that stuff for like 100+ days now. So, good night, Natalie. And, so it was, yeah, it's definitely, it helps. There's is it Malox? Yeah, Malox and water. Malox. It's just squirting your eyes sometimes, but been pepper sprayed, tear gas. I've been hit with every kind of impact round you can possibly imagine. Those pepper bullets, those pepper balls, whatever. But it is what it is. The one thing I can say that I have, and it kind of pisses people off because they feel like I'm playing both sides, but I'm not playing any side. I'm just out there, seeing what I'm seeing and watching it with you as you're watching it with me. So, but I usually laugh it off when it happens. Like when I do get pepper sprayed or when I do get flash banged or shot with like an impact round. Just like, well, it's par for the course. You got to know where you're at. And I think that's one of those things that a lot of people get. So you hear them getting so angry, like when they get, but I appreciate that, Tina. But with when people like, they're in the crowd and they're being told, and by the most incredibly courteous freaking LRAD I've ever heard in my life. That's like, the guy was just,
I would greatly appreciate it if you would kindly remove yourself from the park. This is not a fight you can win. You have umbrellas. We are driving tanks. Please email your governor. Let them know that you are unhappy with what is happening here and go home. Remove your bodies from the park. Take them back to your homes. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Let's go home peacefully. I would greatly appreciate it.
I'm not kidding. That's basically exactly what it sounded like. But thank you, Tristina. I appreciate you. But and people don't leave. When you don't listen to the LRAD, they're probably going to go ahead and follow up with that little turret opening up and someone popping out and shooting something at you, which they did. And it's funny when you hear people get hit. It's not funny when they get hit. I'm just saying when they're like, hey, what's your problem, man? And it always gets me because I'm like, you've been warned like 15 times, like, stop throwing rocks, stop throwing rocks, stop throwing rocks, stop throwing rocks. And they always say like, or we will be forced to use impact rounds and less lethal munitions up to and including blah, 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 blah. But it's just, it blows my mind that people are still so shocked when it happens. Like, how dare you, sir? I watched a guy throw, I'm not laughing what he did. I'm laughing to his response. He threw a brick at the Bearcat. And I mean, you got to imagine those things are tanks. I mean, they're legitimately, that's a proper tank. Like it's not, you're not going to hurt it. And you might crack a window every once in a while if you hit it hard enough in the right spot. And the guy hit it and he's not paying attention, but the guy right next to him, the other Bearcat that's sitting like 10 feet from him, has the window open and it has like impact rounds pointing, and you can just hear bang, 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 bang. And they hit him with these sandbags, which hurt like hell. They bruise you up, but they got him like as he turned around, like right in his ass, just like right in his ass and the back of his legs. And he went down and he turns around and he yells at the guy. He's like, "What the F's your problem, man? I threw the brick at that guy." And he points at the other Bearcat like, "Oh, my bad. You didn't hit me with the brick, so it's okay. The other guys, though, you can do what you want to them." But I threw the brick at that guy. And I think they popped him one more time, and the dude just scurried off behind a tree or something. I was like, oh, jeez, man, come on. Come on. No, we're not back in Kenosha yet. We will be later tomorrow. So looking forward to Monday. And the follow-up Tuesday, apparently, with... Mr. Trump will be in town. The POTUS will be in town. So, yeah. They just started lobbing tear gas tonight in D.C., huh? You know what sucks about the whole thing in D.C., like I said, you can't really stream. Like, even back at the hotel that we had to stay at last night, couldn't even really get online there half the time. So, yeah. Thank you for your compassion. Oh, are you talking to me, or is that what the LRAD said? Because I'm pretty sure that the LRAD said that at one time. They also, man, if you would, Lynn, go ahead and reach out to me in a message on the page here. You can send a message in the inbox, and I will have my mod team talk to you, and we can see if we can't figure out a best place for you if you want to help out to make that happen. That'd be great. Yeah, the guy that got... So, the guy... This poor guy, man. You can tell he's probably a little drunk, and he's up on the fence line, right? Like, he's right up on the fence. And this guy, like, he's picking up water bottles at this point. He's not doing anything. He's not hurting this big steel wall, right? This sacred fence. And he's picking up these water bottles that have been thrown at the officers, whatever. But at this point, there's no officers out there at all. On either side of the fence. I am tired, just so you know, John. There's a Bearcat parked. No, actually, the barricade was just there. The Bearcat was behind me. and there's one down at the far end, and he's out there and he's picking up water bottles and just throwing them away from the fence, you know, like no big deal. But you can hear the guy behind me, and he's like, and he's describing his outfit, sir, in the black shirt, black pants, whatever. And he's yelling at him, yeah, in his face. You guys saw that. Just lit this guy up, like, and they missed a bunch of times, and then finally they just pop, 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 hit him in the head, just dialed him in. It was just the worst. And the guy, you know, oh, another guy. Sorry. Two guys. That was the first guy. No, that guy got him confused. Yeah. You're drunk, sir. There you go. That guy. That's the guy that was picking up the water bottles. They said he goes up to the fence and you just see pepper spray through the fence. Like one of the guards, the National Guard on the other side, just hoses him down. I'm talking like right through the fence. Just, and that pepper spray, I'm telling you guys, I would rather be tear gassed than pepper sprayed. It sucks so bad. So bad. Yeah. That dude, yeah, David, you saw it. The guy, they put the green dot on his junk and then tagged him. Ooh. But the guy staggers away from the fence and he's kind of like, oh, I can't see anything. And he's stumbling around. Then the LRAD comes on and he says,
sir, you are staggering and obviously intoxicated. You need to go home now.
It's just like, you just pepper sprayed the hell out of him. Like, he's going to stagger. That's going to happen. Yeah. You're obviously, oh, is it under the influence? You're obviously under the influence. Oh my gosh, man. I'm telling you, some of those people just took a licking. Like, the view that I had from on top of that burnt out garbage truck was amazing. Like, just right down the fence line. And then when the police came out, they didn't really know what to do with me because they were like, you know, like I was up there and like, you need to get down now. And I was like, oh, nah, I'm okay. I'm going to stay up here. I don't want to get down in the middle of whatever you guys got going down there. It was not my ideal location, but yeah, the mother of metal. I was not, yeah. I'm telling you, the yeah, that's what he's drunk on right there. You're right. I'll tell you what's wild though is the down in Oregon, that fence actually has like its own Twitter account. It had its own Twitter account. They had this whole like fake Portland Police Bureau like Twitter account that was just goofy like memes and like quotes from the fence. It was just, man. It was ridiculous. Oh, Louisville, Chris. So I hear that there is a big. Anybody want to pop in the comments here? That there's a big anti-BLM rally going on. I think it's in Louisville on the 5th. I might be wrong, but anybody in the comments want to pop that up? I want to. Bearcats, man. Deanne, you doing LRAD remix. Someone sent me. Was that you, Deanne, that sent me the LRAD remix? Actually, like the one the guy made like a full-on like techno beat to it. Like it was pretty amazing, actually. I don't know if you guys remember when I tried to get the LRAD paged at the airport when we landed. Didn't go over so well. Apparently they don't page LRAD. They paged. But so hey, sorry. I want to see. I was Tammy on the front page of the New York Times. Kentucky on the 5th. There you go. It's Kentucky. That's right. Kentucky protest. If I learn how to type here. Protest. 5th. Now, in the Kentucky protest, isn't anti-BLM protest? Is that kind of like the crux of it? 4,000 Patriots in Louisville. Ooh. Rachel. Okay. That's legit. You have a serious. No wife, no kids that I know of. No, I'm kidding. And I've been doing this, the live stream, for just about 100 days now. So I was working on doing some podcast stuff and getting some like video log stuff going, some vlog, if you. And the sheriff talked about you in one of his briefings. He said the streamer said the police were much nicer than other places. Sorry, I want to address that one in a minute because they're talking about the sheriff talked about me in one of his briefings, saying that I said that one of the streamers said that the police were much nicer than in other places like Portland and Seattle. That is a fact. They were much, much nicer than what you see in Portland and Seattle. I'm just glad they appreciated that. Man, only 85,600 more to go. Yeah, Rod, good looking. What do I think about the police pushing protesters toward guys with guns intentionally? One even admitted so on camera. Seems to me that they have blood on their hands. Roy, that's a tough one, man. Yeah, I had issues with. No, I didn't see any marriage proposals that I got today, Steph. But I did get zucked apparently. But real fast though, and I want to find out about this marriage proposal. Was when they had a relatively, I want to say small, but they had a crowd out in front of the courthouse, right on the other side of the fence, and everyone's angry, and they're throwing bottles, and they're throwing rocks, and they're throwing water bottles, and the occasional like firework. But you got guys that are in like on the other side of this fence. They got Bearcats, and they've got full body gear on, full body riot gear. But what confused me was they had already dealt with the night before, burning in the city and the riots going to the streets. But everyone that was riotous was kind of right there in that contained area. Like the war of attrition, I feel would have been best fought by those that were better suited to endure and win that war, right? Like people that are fully body armored up and they've got all these machinery and equipment that'll keep them pretty well insulated and safe, but they ended up pushing everybody out of the park across the street and out into the streets, and I was just, as it was happening, I was like, no, don't do that. Stop, man. Like, where are they going to go? Like immediately you just tear gas and pepper sprayed all these people. They're pissed off now. They're fired up. They're ready for combat and they're ready for conflict. And you just shoved them right out into the streets of Kenosha. I mean, they're going to take that to the streets, right? Like that seems like the only logical thought process that would go through anyone's mind is what's probably going to happen at this point is the streets of Kenosha now are going to be flooded by angry individuals that are looking to vent out their issue. And I was like, man, just keep them here. Let them beat up on this big steel fence for a while. Let them throw rocks at a tank. Like it's better than the city's businesses and houses being destroyed. So yeah, it was that I didn't get that one. Yeah, so people keep asking, I'm seeing about what happened to the original CJTV page. So I got zuckered, whatever you want to call it. So at some point in time, something happened and Facebook didn't like it, or maybe it was the forces that be. They put their evil little hands to work and made something happen. I don't know, but it was my page was frozen. So it's still there. It's just you can't find it by common public. So not that any of you are common. Don't get that wrong. There's a couple other CJTVs. There's a religious page. There's one from overseas. The way that you can find my page is either some people found it through CJTV, but you can also find this one right here, the new media page, at cjhalliburton TV. And I think that the CJH have to be capitalized, and so does the TV. But if one of the mods could post that and pin it, that'd be great. I'm not sure if all the mods have actually jumped in yet, because literally I got this thing set up probably a couple hours ago at the most is when I finally got the page up and running. And so police involved shooting in North Chicago, man. Oh, you guys remember that the little girl in the car that was chanting across the street from the hospital? That was adorable. Yeah, that was really adorable. But Pootie, I think her name was Pootie. Like our grandma kept saying, "Oh, you tell him Pootie." That was awesome. So search CJTV no spaces, you'll find it. Dope. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. So yeah, Rachel, I know you're here. You got my back. And, hey, and so do all the other mods. You guys are incredible. I know that there's a lot going on tonight with Portland and DC, and there it is right there. I'm going to go ahead and pin that one so people can see that. You need to realize y'all have future networks. Hey, Brighton, I appreciate that too. I think that, I got a chance to talk to a lot of people in DC. A lot of people came up and kind of gave me these little interviews, which was really, so flattering, man, to have people that were actually looking to like get my take on how I feel the future of this streaming game is going to work. They were doing a couple documentaries, and one of the guys I talked to, he posed some really great questions, but it really got me thinking about the dynamic of mainstream media and streamers, which, I mean, it's a common understanding that they're different worlds. But people would assume that aren't aware of kind of how the stream world works, or we're kind of like, poking at the underlining of this big bear, like this big bear is it's main media, and they've always been around, they're always going to be around, right? But the world and the network, the social network, the way that everything is moving, the connection and technology age is just blowing up so fast that it's kind of flipped around, where I was amazed with how many major media outlets came to my door. They came knocking right after everything started going through in Kenosha. And the more I had these conversations with them on the phone, like these editors and production managers, I finally realized they weren't just chit-chatting. They were really trying to data mine on how to make this work. Like, how do they get their live streams working, and what do I do, and how do we get our stories, and what do we do for support, and what about our production studio, and all these questions. And I was like, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and maintain the keys to my kingdom here. You guys will either figure it out, or you might have to go ahead and recruit. But it definitely, I feel that this right here, this direct contact with media outlets is definitely the way of the future. And I think that it's a beautiful opportunity for people to be interactive with the news as it happens. I mean, when you have, like you guys remember, we had like 85,000 people live just a couple days ago. It's almost impossible to get to the comments. There's no way I can do it. I mean, every once in a while I'll be able to look at them, but for the most part, anything that's got that type of viewership has brought something amazing happening on the other side of this camera that is going to take my focus. But when you have a smaller viewing audience, you have a chance for people to say little things like, oh, hey, go look behind that house real quick. Like, I thought I saw something back there. Or, take a left real fast and look down that street. Like, I hear a report that there's something going on. But I can actually be interactive with people as it happens. And I think that's really powerful, that people can really see what's happening and involve themselves while it happens to better understand what's going on. So, because usually you get the news the next day, right? And it's like, this is what happened in news yesterday, instead of where you get in a live stream with this is what's happening in the news right now, like this minute, this second as it happens. So, yeah, I think it's definitely, love from Scotland, right on. Hey, what part of Scotland? Carrie, just curious, because that's where my family's actually from. Well, my heritage is from Scotland, so it's southwest or southeast Scotland. Sorry, actually it's mid-east. It's like mid-east Scotland over there by blank on me right now. One of those LA production managers and live stream managers. Oh, really, Jane? Well, do put me in touch. Come talk to IT. Wait, what's up? Come talk to TI. How do I feel about Antifa? Is that what you said? Questions, but I want to make sure to get to at least one of them. You said, how do I feel about Antifa? And I'm 65 as of yesterday. So staying spry, eating a lot of greens. Glasgow. Aberdeenshire. Okay. Wow. Okay. How do I feel about Antifa? Well, the thought Antifa or Antifa to be an anti-fascist, I think we could all agree that that's something we can agree with, that we should all believe in anti-fascism. We don't want to see that on any scale. Where things get a little bit confused, I think, is, and granted, you'd have to ask each individual what their views are, because everyone has their own view. I mean, even in religion, people have their own thoughts about how things, on a doctrinal level, how they apply and how they best fit, right? So, but in my experience with people that are involved with that belief cycle, is that they feel that America, the institutions in America have become fascist, and so when they feel that the anti-fascism is something that they're looking at. When you see organizations that feel like they are part of what would be considered a fascist regime here in America, that's where that domestic Antifa kind of, that's where I feel that applies. And I'll tell you what's scary though. 65 guys. I'm 65. If I'm a day over 10, I'm close to 70 probably at this point. It feels like it. So, yeah, I did 65. Well, I do 10 push-ups a day, at least, a few burpees. But CJ, that is not what Antifa is all. Well, then my understanding of Antifa is all off. So, what can you do? I am joking. I'm not 65. I'm just kidding. Yeah. The controversy over my age. I'll tell you, I aged like 15, 20 years out in this heat. Oh man, so the last night we were in Kenosha, we were marching, and I had my, okay, well, hey, good night. If you're signing off, who was that? Jenny, get some sleep, sweet dreams to you. I had like all of my gear in my bag because I wasn't sure what kind of night we were planning for. I didn't know if it was going to get spicy or not. So I had all my first aid gear and everything in my bag. And somebody dropped off protective wear for me, which was amazing, and I appreciate you so much for doing that. But that was like another 35 pounds on top. So I had probably like 70 pounds of gear on my back and chest, and then we marched, like we walked that night for like 5 hours. It was ridiculous. Like I was just so done, so burnt after that. And then we got done with that in the wee hours of the morning. We left there, made our way back to the hotel for about no time at all. Then we had to turn around and start driving to Baltimore or to DC because it was like a 12-hour drive. Yeah, definitely lost some weight. That's the way to do it. So the protest pounds, they'll fall right off of you real quick. So, yeah. I'm just going to stare awkwardly at those cupboards behind you guys. But I'm going to unpin this so I can see more comments. All right. So wait, here you go. Would you say with plates, it's only what? How much? An IOTV with plates is 35 pounds. Okay, well that's pretty much what it was then, Dave. I think that's front and back, like, full vital type thing. It was rugged. I get like legitimately, like I look at my step counter and it's like, oh, you have hit 400% of your step goal for the day. I'm like, all right, yeah. Can I skateboard? I might be able to scoot around a little bit. I used to skate a lot when I was a kid, but hey, no, I'm not built for it, guys. The humidity. If I moved to Kenosha, that's something I'd have to get used to, is this Midwest humidity. But that flag, yeah. So Nadia, that definitely. So what happened with the flag, just so you guys know, is we returned it. We couldn't get in touch with the right people so the flag came off the DOC building, right? Apparently Andrew, he had that morning been trying to deal with, before we left town, getting it to, even inherited a lot of mothers, yeah. I love you all for it too. But we couldn't get a hold of the right, we felt like the right person, point of contact for that organization, and as best it worked out. We did, however, get a chance to talk to the VFW, and we felt that who best to hold on to the flag while we were gone. It wasn't our plan to just hold on to it while we were gone, but we wanted to make sure that the flag went to a place where it would be taken care of properly, if not just getting right back up on the pole that it came down from. Now, Andrew made it clear that that flag in his military training, which I was unaware of, couldn't be flown again because the edges are burnt and it's all frayed. So, good night, Colleen. So we folded it properly, and then we gave it to a gentleman at the VFW. The veterans of foreign wars. And so we felt that it was definitely where it needed to be, but we wanted to get it back to the city as best I could. That being said, I think the building that it came off of, the organization they're in, really was pushing. They want the flag to go to them. So our next focal point is to give it to a state representative and have them hopefully put it in the historical society, because the flag can't be flown anymore, or figure out how to get it to the right people for the building. Either way, we know that it's going to end up where it belongs, in Kenosha, for Kenosha, and we really hope that it hits a situation where it's can be more of an icon for the city itself, as restoring it to its proper place.
Did you talk to your live about Tuesday at all?
Trump?
They asked me if we were going to be there for it. They want us to be there.
Yeah.
At least on my live, they said that please come. Like, people are messaging me now.
Yeah. So Andrew was just asking if I've talked to you guys about Tuesday with Trump, and that is the plan. Kenosha. Yeah.
I'm with it. Yeah. Now we're with it. Well, I mean, we're coming back, guys. It's just like, I mean, look, do you see those rings around this man's eyes? Do you see the rings around it?
Some sleep has got to happen.
Some sleep has to happen. So yeah, 100%.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll definitely be there. We need CJ mom t-shirts. That actually is pretty funny. Hey, I love Vegas too. I'd love to come visit and not actually get sucked into Vegas, like the Vegas, because I went once for one day too many, and it was definitely one day too many. So, hey, what up, Teresa? There's part of the freight team right there. Hand it to Trump and tell him. Anna. Okay, Drew. Hold, please. Anna just hit me with a thought. Why don't we just give the flag to Trump himself? Think about it. Think about it.
Dude,
he's just like,
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. He's the president.
Yeah. Here's the issue, guys.
How would we even get close to him, though?
He's coming to Kenosha,
I know
man.
he is, but like, how would like?
Because Kenosha would tell him that he needs to talk to us, and Kenosha's strong. Isn't that right, Kenosha? Right. Give me some hearts for Kenosha right now, man. I want to see that right now. Some Kenosha love.
You want to do with Kenosha?
But yeah, here's the issue, guys. Is with that.
There you go. Please explain.
Yeah. So when we do our reporting, we walk right down the fine line, and sadly enough, thank you so much, Tristan. Sadly enough, when we do it, the mayor would be amazing. That would be the person to talk to. The mayor, absolutely. And right here, so the comments that are coming is really indicative of why it's hard for us to look at doing something like the president. Not that would probably ever happen, but and yes, Donna, I'd definitely come to SoCal. I need to get out of town. So
SoCal's lit.
Yeah, it's amazing. But I just see him sitting right there by CJ. He just walked in. Yeah, Drew's right here. He was handling business. So, but what I'm getting at is that fine line. So. And it sucks because let's say that I were to, it might be seen as a bias. Exactly. If I were to hand the flag to Donald Trump, which what an amazing experience, right? To be able to meet the president of the United States of America. I got to meet Bill Clinton once. And that was incredible. I got to shake his hand, he and Hillary's hand in a park in Yelm where I used to live, of all little places. Jackie, hey, thank you so much, Jackie. Jackie, you were probably there when I met the president, if you don't remember, Mrs. McCauley. Went live, or it was freshman year, I think, something like that, or maybe we were in 6th grade. I don't know, not to sell off ages, but anyway, the president came to town.
You met Clinton?
Yeah.
I met Obama.
That's awesome.
Obama was cool.
So the issue is that we hand the flag to him, right? Now everybody that hates Donald Trump, or everyone that's on the left, immediately paints us as bootlicking scumbags, right?
Immediately.
If we were to hand it to anybody on the left, whoever that might be, right? Biden comes in to do a speech. Here you go. everybody on the right now has turned us into terrorists, you know?
Terrorists, Antifa.
Yeah, and it sucks because it's not people that are right here in the median, that are in the marginal place where we are, like talking. It's people on the far end of either side that are like, "Grr," and it just turns into this like crazy bias war. And it's sad that we have to watch our P's and Q's on things, because I would love to meet the president. I don't care who he is. I would love to meet the president. Yeah, you know Yelm? There you go. That's Yelm. That's what's up.
What is that?
Spanaway Walmart. So anyway, it's a tough situation. And even this with the flag right now as it is, it's still becoming a little bit involved. But either way, it doesn't matter, because it's going to go to where it needs to be, which is in Kenosha. So that's where it needs to reside, in a place where it came from. It is our president, right? Obama cool? Question marks. Anyway, so we will be there, but we'll be there probably by tomorrow night. Lee, thank you very much for that. I appreciate you for the payment, for the donation there. Thank you very much.
If not, definitely Monday morning, because he gets here Tuesday, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, pretty sure by tomorrow night, latest Monday morning.
Yeah, it might even be as late as Monday morning, but either way, we'll be there for that.
I told mine the same thing. So.
The building owners. Yeah, see, this is the thing is, so everybody in here right now, you're welcome, Jackie, is, you know, it's tough because, Gail, at first I thought about that. I felt like it would have so much meaning for me, and then I thought how much more meaning it would have for the city of Kenosha. You know, to think that, I just think it would mean more, to the city, and that's where it belongs. So what I'm asking, and again, the real reason that I came, obviously, was because I wanted to see everybody, and I can't even begin to describe like the anxiety that I felt when the page came down, not just because of the fear of 107,000 followers being lost, or the immediate view count of like 20,000 people that are no longer there right now. It may come back, may not. But honestly, it was in knowing that I had built such a rapport with Kenosha and all of the people that have been riding with me from the very beginning for the last 100 days, and that I had no way to contact you guys, that I had no way to reach out and let you know, like, hey, I'm still here. I didn't just bail on you. I didn't just disappear, swing in, swing out. But it was important for me to know that you guys knew that my heart's still there, and my love for and for all of you that have been with me from the jump, man. Lacey, all of you people, Linda, thank you, man. Thank you guys so much. And if you could do me a solid, it'd mean the world to me if you would share the page, and share the page. I've got some amazing people on my end that are working on developing more back-end things. We're going to take things to the next level. We're going to get these followers back up. We're going to get the community built back up again. Thank you, David. That's exactly what I was hoping to say here, is that it's a community, right? Like, we're trying to build a place where we can all come together, and right or left, just talk, have some communication, and find a way to understand each other better, understand this world a little better. I like that barbecue idea. But yeah, and it needs to be a safe place, a place where we can actually have conversations, we need that in the world. We need people to stop, clenching fists and start opening hands, shaking them. Take a little bit of time to appreciate that we might not have all the answers, that somebody across that line from you might have something to say that might change the way you think. But if we never listen, if we never open up our eyes to what's happening around us for somebody else, never open our hearts to their views and their thoughts and their real feelings, man, we're going to stay stagnant, and not to get too preachy, but like it's so hard when you've been in like conflict, like journalism, in the way that I've been. I know people have been through much worse. They've been over in legitimate war zones. But when you've seen people on both sides of these lines, fence lines, barricade lines, shield lines, you name it, you hear all of the hate and you hear all of the anger, it comes back from both sides, and it's overwhelming to think that there's that much like toxicity and venom that's just out there, right? And it's just being thrown at people. And if everyone could just chill the hell out, slow down. Big Mike's my man, by the way. Slow down for a minute and have that conversation. Granted, it's not going to happen right there, you know. Good night, Elizabeth. It's not going to happen, you know, in the middle of it all, you know. But I would hope that at the end of the day, if we could stop and listen, maybe something will be said that'll make you go home and think about it a little differently for the next day, right? That's all I'm hoping for, is that people will do what I've had to learn to do. Just not like you're hearing here, but just like shut up and listen for a little bit, you know? Good night, DJ. Hey, thank you, Jane. I appreciate that. Yeah, chill out and just talk, man. Like, it's not, you know, where's CJ? You're a part of families you don't even know. Heather, thank you so much. It's seriously, it's a situation that I think, and if you look back in history, and this isn't me getting into some like tinfoil, you know, hat situation. I appreciate that. If you guys want to go ahead and put petitions into Facebook, tell them to give my page back. That would be great. But the biggest way that you have like dictatorships and people that have these regimes is they would try to separate people. They try to keep them isolated, keep them away from each other, right? And they would try to make sure that people didn't talk, they didn't communicate, you know. And even in America, in situations that were on the foundations of what we're fighting to end, that the stigma that came through from that for the last 130 plus years, the idea was to keep people as separated and isolated as possible, because then there was ultimate control from that third party. You know, they had these folks and these folks, or just nobody communicating, and then somebody could actually control all of the dialogue and all of the information, right? And it's scary because right now, this day and age, people aren't talking nearly as much as they used to, right? We have so much social network around us that we feel connected, but we're not really connecting. Now COVID kicks in, right? Boom, everyone's sent home. You're not even at work really. You don't have people to talk around the water cooler. Little things like that, they add up, and now we feel isolated, and you're getting angry about it, you know? And then people start getting out in the streets, and one thing leads to another, right? But if you look at it historically, right? Like people, I feel, this is me, every time they get isolated, they get angry, because we need human contact, we need connection. But that's the only way we as a society or as a people can really evolve and move forward, is by communicating with each other. So I feel like this right here, big finger in the face, these things that we're doing right here are the communication foundations, the next step for helping bridge the gap, you know, to shorten the delta between us and them and you and me, you know. So to take some time to listen and talk, you know, like when I met Big Mike, you guys remember that the other day out in Kenosha, that street corner was amazing. You know, it was a blend of all different nationalities, and everyone was able to come together, have conversation, have communication, rally around the same cause, which was protecting their neighborhood. And man, like it was just a good group. You know, it was a good group. Big Mike had some words of knowledge. He spit some truth. They're saying, you know, Big Mike for alderman. So, you know, that'd be amazing too. You know, Christy, that's, you know, I'm hoping to reach both sides. I got to tell you guys, man, it's so like, and you've probably seen a lot of it. The backlash that I get from talking to both sides is ridiculous. Like just for having that communication. So yeah, the barbershop guy. So many people are just enraged that, like, I'll talk to police or I'll talk to anybody in law enforcement. Like they just, you know, you can, oh, right. So people can stop trolling everyone. So please stop. Yeah, whatever. I mean, if you got to troll, you got to troll. My mods, hopefully you're in here and helping me out. But if I say hello to a policeman and try to get conversation and get some opinions, get some views from them, you know, immediately you're like, you're a bootlicker, you're whatever, blah, 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 blah. And these people just come at you. Like my goal is to murder anybody who supports BLM, you know? And then if you spend too much time on the line, you have all these other folks, like I said, that assume that you're just some protester with a press pass. And now you're part of the problem in America to some people. And so it's like all these different ideologies that want to come at you for having a conversation with anyone in any group, when they don't realize that I'm not a member of any, I'm just CJ, you know, I'm just a human trying to figure it out. I'm a member of this society, and I'm trying to help bring this society back together a little bit in whatever way I can. I'm hoping that I can bridge some gaps. I'm really praying that we can mend some fences. But I'm going to talk to everybody I can. If I could talk to, just Joey and Diaz, basically, yeah. I mean, but there's a legion of people that follow every person that has anything negative to say. But I think everyone here, we could agree, like, we're working on it, right? We're working on it. And so, you know, someone just said something right there. And thank you for that, Serena. You said actions should cause reactions instead of reactions are causing actions. Stop, listen, learn. Heather, well worded, you know. You know, and to add to that, Heather, what you just said, Schillereth, I probably said that wrong, but I love what you wrote there. I was always told by my mother to never empower someone to force you to react, but respond. And I didn't get it when I was younger. I really didn't understand what that meant. And then I figured out as I got older that when you react, like if someone pushes you and you push them back, your reaction is one out of anger, right? Or fear, whatever it might be. If someone hits you and you hit them back, they force you to react, right? And now those are pretty extreme cases. But if someone like is pejorative to you and they talk down to you, and your reaction is to yell back at them and say something hurtful back at them, they've now taken control of not only your actions but your emotions, and they have total control of you at that point, you know. And so I was taught in a couple different formats, I suppose you could say, to just stop, think, and then respond, you know. And in that response, we'll have more control over the situation. But it takes all the wind out of the sails of what would be like an attack on your energy or an attack on your person. So I think respond over react, but definitely don't allow somebody to cause you to act out of accordance from how you normally would because of the way that they are, you know. And so it's tough though when you have people that come at you, like the adversary, if you will, that come at you with so much like hostility and venom and negativity. It's just really like it's a drain on your soul after a while, because it's hard to have people that are looking to just pull you away from something so positive and not address it, but let it grow. And so you have to address it. And there's all these little like finer nuances of this game that I was unaware of. I was totally unprepared for, that you have to really, the PR of it, you know. And it's just, man, it's a full on mission. Boop, boop. What up, man? No, you know, third calm night in Kenosha. That's what we need. Yeah. And I try to ignore them, but, my mama, hey, I call my mother the Dolly Mama, because she, for all of her crazy intricacies and wild ways, has profound knowledge that I never understood at the time, but all applies. Like every word that woman has ever said to me somehow applies nowadays. Like it just full on makes perfect sense now. Don't let someone, Tabby, I like that. Don't let someone live rent free in your mind. But all these little nuggets of information, these little bits of knowledge, like just, you know, made no sense at the time. It was one of those like, whatever. And now I'm like, oh, I get it now. So, oh yeah, you guys, there's a chill group here. You guys can still come over to that. Speaking of chilling out and talking, CJ's chill group. We got a place where people can just come together, share some memes, have a laugh. Overflow with Tracy, you are correct. But it's a place where we can kind of just take our minds off things. You know, hashtag CJ's mom for real. Man, I miss actually our whole family living in the same area, you know, because my mom's back in the Seattle area. You've got my sister and her family are kind of over on the East Coast here. My brother's kind of in the Midwest with his wife, so it's just kind of everyone's spread out. But my mom is legit. She's super fly, super cool. Like my mom is so tech unsavvy. Like she is my tech ability. Like you can you can imagine. Like I give technologies, I laugh about it, but she's so bad. Is my mom into crystals? I don't think so. No, she's I don't know. Yes, Ryan. Yes, I have. Anyway, yeah. Let me see. What's it say here? What time? Sorry, I'm trying to read this one. No, so Sonny, Sonny just asked if I'm going to be streaming for the Back the Blue rally tomorrow. And unfortunately, we were planning on it. We were planning on getting out there and doing a live feed of the rally. But because, like I said, I cover everything as best I can. But the whole incident with my page happened on our drive out. And so we had to stop. And luckily, Dolly Mama, yeah, that's the one. But we had to stop, and I mean, it's all bittersweet. It gives me a chance to spend a day with my sister and my nieces and nephew, my brother-in-law, who I love dearly. I haven't seen since Christmas, so it's great. But it also meant that I had to stop and rebuild a page. And but luckily, I have an amazing community, and you guys are all here with me, and you're going to help me by sharing the page and liking it and getting it out there. And we had like 500 in here, 600 today already, which is awesome. And we're going to keep my phone vibrating. Yeah, it only happened once or twice. Yeah, let me turn that down a little bit. There you go. No more vibrations. And it's going to keep growing. We're going to get it back up. And I've got some news stories that I plan on covering that are going to be pretty intense, pretty real. And I hope you tune in for me with those. I am going to try to get down to the rally in Louisville this weekend. That should be interesting. And it's just going to be a matter of trying to keep up with everything that's happening in the nation right now. So right now I'm in Baltimore. So 507 at the most. Okay, well 507 then. Thank you. So I do. I have 2 nieces and a nephew. So, man, I don't know if it's getting violent in DC, but I'm not too far from DC. So yes to Kenosha. So, yeah, right. The merch. Yeah, I'll give big shout outs to the merch again. CJTV merch. It's going to be coming out soon. So Drew and I will be back in Kenosha probably tomorrow night or early Tuesday morning. Wait, no, Monday. That's tomorrow, Sunday? Probably Monday, early Monday. Because good night, Crystal. Wow, yeah, Lee. You all see where the InFact says they're coming back to Louisville, Kentucky on store for that last time. Well, I plan on being there then. So it's quiet currently. Yeah, I guess there's already a shooting in Kentucky or in Portland tonight. So a call going around saying they're all calling for civil war. I hope they're not calling for civil war. But I am tired. Which is why I'm going to be tuning out here. Sol and Trey both got called, like on the phone. Like someone called and said, "Sol, Trey, it's there's my sister. Time for civil war." But yeah, I'll be coming back with my guy Drew. Public relations and promotion with some legal knowledge. Hey, TJ, man. If you could even reach out to me directly, man, on my personal page, my email address is on there, I think. I'd really appreciate it. If you've got, like I said, some legal knowledge and public relations and PR stuff, my team's growing, and I love everybody out here that's been a part of it. So, yeah, where we at? Bring Mercy, gotta. I'm gonna work on these T-shirts for you guys as soon as possible. All right. All right, Mark. Welcome from Australia, man. So I'm gonna tune out here. you guys, I'm gonna get some sleep. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. It means the world to me. And please, if you guys could, in 9/11 in New York, yeah, that would be amazing as well. It's right around the corner as well. If you could, please like and share the page. You know, and for everyone that has such amazing things to say, it does mean the world to me, man. And I hope you guys know that I'm working on it. I'm going to keep can and to be as open and as vulnerable about this as possible, and that you guys connect to the world through this lens as best I can. So I wish you all a good evening and a good night, and for everyone tuning in around the world, good morning, good day. And if you could do me a solid, I'd really appreciate it if you would like and share the stream. Let's try to get these numbers up as quick as possible and make sure we kind of spread this message and build this community, okay? That's about it, guys. I'll tune in tomorrow, maybe introduce you to the family, give you a chance to see everybody, and we'll do that. So in between now and then, you guys, thank you, and thank you. And again, thank you. So have a great night. I will talk to you all tomorrow, okay?